And we got bananas in chat. That means we're live. Not going to read out the names again today. Oh my god, I'm very kerfuffled at them. What is going on with my computer? I'm very kerfuffled. Can we stream some Minecraft, computer? Are you going to let me stream some Minecraft today? Let's see if we can log onto the server now. Right, welcome back to another live stream, everyone. It seems like we're sort of okay. Is that better? Yep, that looks like it's good enough. Cool. Yeah. Some stuff happening on the computer before getting started here. It's thrown me off my vibe, man. I was all ready for a stream and now I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Pre-stream music today, by the way, was Thievery Corporation. I can't remember the name of the song. Was it Stargazers or something like that? Yeah. Also, if you watched the pre-stream video, I said we'd be working on the Nether Fortress today. That is no longer the plan. The plan has changed. It has changed considerably. And before we get too into this, let's sort out my inventory. So we're going to put that in there as well, and all of those. Nice, as they say. Nice. I can't quite do the voice. Just noticed my voice is a little worn out, which is unusual because I haven't done a lot of recording today. Okay, and I'm kind of running out of space left, right, and centre for stuff at the moment. Cool. Get in there. Get somewhere basically. Because I've got too much stuff going on. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to start dumping things into a chest. Cool. We're going to go on a bit of an adventure. Gonna go wrangle some animals, so we need some wood, which means we need to make what's the best wood? Usually spruce. Spruce is nice and easy to farm lots of it at once. Yeah, so we're gonna go hi, the server seems a bit slow today. We're gonna go and wrangle some animals up on the surface. It's Fozzie says I appear to not be on the whitelist again. What? That's very odd. Very odd. So, noises in the ear. Grub0 has resubscribed for 2 months in a row. Auntie Lammy has resubscribed for 8 months in a row. Thank you for resubscribing for 8 months. Crazy. Professor Works has subscribed. And Lizzie Bess is here resubscribing for 7 months with a message saying, X, love your streams, but I really want some Chipotle for lunch. So be back shortly with a good meal to boot. Cool. I can't remember what Chipotle is. I'm scratching my noggin now. I'm wondering, what is that? I've forgotten. Right, we can make loads of those. Sweet, that's quite a lot. And we probably want a little bit of wool as well. Do we have any wool? We'll have to punch some sheep. Yeah, so we're going to be wrangling animals. There's pigs out there. What do animals like again? Seeds. Do I got any seeds? Not even seeds in there. Heck, we'll find what we need outside in the wild. So, another noise in the ear, Randy Nicole 2002, resubscribing for 35 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscription. And Iestra has done a donation saying, sorry for the double sub, blame Twitch, anyway, heart the content. I mean, first of all, thank you for the donation, I appreciate that support. You don't have to apologise for a double sub. I don't even know what a double sub is, I wasn't aware of a double sub. I've got no idea what that is, but don't even worry about it. Lot Bluester in chat says I prefer cows, they give milk, leather and beef. Other mobs don't give out as much. That's true, but sometimes you've got to work with what's in your vicinity. So let's grab some seeds. That's for luring chickens, isn't it? Every time I go to do this in this game, I always just seem to forget the basics. If we get a little bit of bones, we can start growing some wheat. Let's go get a bone and a hoe. Andy says, hey X, got my wisdom teeth removed today, so I can't be on the server. You rest well, buddy, that's probably a good thing. You don't worry about no Minecrafty problems, just rest and recover. And you'll be back on here in no time, I'm sure of it, There we go, wooden hoe, best type of hoe. So we got a noise in the ear from Ilu Cat saying, hey X, good morning, how are you today? I was just about to rant at people that bananas are only for when you're actually live. And then you went live. Could you just clarify that? Happy birthday to Einstein. Happy Pi Day. And may Stephen Hawking R.I.P. Yeah, Stephen Hawking passed away, obviously, if you haven't heard the news. And it's on Albert Einstein's birthday, which the odds of that are, you know, pretty significant. I mean, the way I look at it is like, well, you know, there's lots of smart people that are known for being smart. So if a smart person dies on another smart person's birthday, you know, that's a link. But it is like, you know, there's an elite tier of names that are known for being smart. You know, Stephen Hawking, Newton is another one, and Albert Einstein. And you know, so it's slim pickings, it may seem like, but you know, you can probably always find an interesting sounding date to match with something else. You know, like there's probably a load of interesting astrological events happening, you know, in space all the time, and you could say Stephen Hawking passed away when, you know, this astrological event, or you know, there's always something you can tie it to, right? So I don't find that thing particularly that unique, but I can see why people were curious at that. So there we go. We got some stuff for luring now. We got our luring week sorted out. Now we can go lure some unsuspecting animals. Cats, thank you for the donation and support, of course. As for the bananas in chat, I think if you tell people not to, they will do it anyway to be trolly, which isn't particularly helpful when you're trying to figure out if you're actually live or not. So on other occasions, we have had trouble streaming because I wasn't sure if it was working or not. So it's, you know, I think if you talk about it, it kind of makes it worse, and it's a pain in the butt when people do it, but that's just the way it is. So Snooty Booty is here, resubscribing for 2 months in a row, saying, hey dude, 2 months in a row isn't much, but I try to sub when I can. Love your content and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, man. I appreciate the subscription. 2 months, I mean, I appreciate it whatever it is, you know. It doesn't actually matter. Just that your support is awesome. So we might be out here for a while because I ain't seeing no cows. There are piglets roaming around. I'm hoping we can get a cow though, get some leather from them. Not that we need leather for much, I mean item frames for decorating the base, that's the point. Jimmy's here in chat. Hey Jimmy. I Love Derp says, hey, extra new farm with drowned mob. Why did you use piston flip-flop circuits when they are broken in the new aquatic update? Didn't know they were broken in the new aquatic update. Why would those, they're not broken in the new update. You got it wrong, I Love Derp, you have officially derped. That was an update for one snapshot, then the behaviour reverted. Okay, seriously not seeing any cows. Might help if I'm not on top of the tree. And I have seen cows in the opposite direction before, so there should be some around here. Could be, look, there's a crafting bench. Could be that people have come out here and killed them all already, rather than wrangling them up. Pigs again. Why is it always pigs around here? I wonder if biomes have like a different distribution for animals. Extreme Hills always seems like a good place to find cows. That's my experience. Just off the top of my head. I see a cow. Hi, you're my new best friend. Come with me. Hi. I've got lots of wheat and things that cows like. What are cows like? I've got a mooing factory. It makes lots of mooing. You'll love it there. Okay, I'll see what's going on here. I'll see what's going on. Alright, no! You're placed in the wrong place. There we go. Are you coming back with us? See, they move so slow, thanks to 12.4, that's pretty low at the moment. You know, no interest in these ones, jeez. Come with me, fellas. So, it's Mac TV says, hey Asuma, I love your content. You're a huge inspiration to me, not only in Minecraft, but in many other ways. I'm working on a brand new game I'm planning releasing to Steam. Are you a fan of Rogue RPG dungeon crawlers? Take care, man. Possibly. I always like the sound of those sort of games. Here's a little secret about me. I'm not really much of a gamer. I don't really enjoy games that much. But that's a genre that's interested me for a while. The roguelike stuff is really cool. Cows love jokes. Asuma, trust me, I'm a cow, says Lol Bozo. Okay, apparently cows like jokes. I can't think of any to tell them, you know. Especially cow-related jokes. I'm never good at stuff on the spot. Jiffy J14 has resubscribed for 13 months in a row. Jiffy J, thank you for resubscribing. Appreciate that support. Hope you're enjoying it. This is going to take some time, peeps. I should have got some leads. I should have got some slimes killed and made some leads. I don't think I got any slime balls. Or maybe I did back in my shulker box. Momi Belly says, haha, you're not much of a gamer. I was saying the same thing the other day of myself. Well, it's true, it's true. I might play Minecraft for a living, but I mean, the thing about Minecraft is it's the game that lets you be creative. And a lot of gaming isn't particularly creative in my opinion. It's more indulgent. And I have played a lot of games, but I don't really just enjoy it anymore. I like creating stuff. Ultimate Badass Andy Kills You says, X free slime under the well at the village. There may be free slimes. I find it difficult to play a game like this, or play with other people when you're not making your own technology, you know. Like, if I'm going to use stuff from slimes, I'd like it to be because I've made a slime farm. So it's kind of weird for me to get used to doing stuff with having other people making supplies and things around you. The coincidence is interesting because it's been said that Hawking is the Einstein of the 21st century, and one of them dying on the other's birthday makes it an interesting dichotomy between. Okay, let me try and explain it again. Here's why I find things like that not interesting. Well, no, it's not that it's not interesting. It's just I like to take the mystery out of it, you know, because it's not like him dying on someone else's birthday, who has a notable link to someone like him. Doesn't give us any meaning. It's not an answer to a question. It's not like, aha, now we can do this. So why is it important to us? It's because we get like tunnel vision with things, right? If you took every single death of a person and then perhaps took all the birthdays of people in their lives, right? You'll probably find that people die on other people's birthdays that have a link to them quite frequently, you know? It might just be a relative sometimes, it might be a friend they knew from school, etc. If you want to start factoring in people who work in the same field of science or engineering or whatever it is they do, all of a sudden things like that become less of a phenomenon and more of a pattern. And I find looking at things from that perspective interesting and fascinating. I'm more interested in the patterns that have emerged from the chaos of all these different things happening in life than I am focusing on one single thing and being like, oh my god, that's amazing, because to me it's not. Like, it's coincidence at its best. Hawking would assure you that it is not at all mystical, says H. Bumblebee B. Exactly, that's exactly right. I mean, I assume so. He doesn't seem like one to go for the old mysticism, does he? Let's hang on, don't go anywhere, cows. I was just taking a break. Lol Bozo says maybe you should take the cows to the movies. That's my joke. That was my joke from earlier. Time travel. Remember back when we first found these cows? I go, cows, come with me. I got a cinema. You can watch some movies. Oh, that would have been amazing. What's wrong with these cows, says Not VM. Basically, the TPS on the server is down to 14 at the moment, so it means they walk a bit slow. It's because we've got a crazy amount of players online. Another problem, we haven't really optimized anything yet. We haven't got into optimizing stuff too much, so it's doing amazing. A vanilla server would never hold up with this, so it's a good thing we're using Spigot. Did I lose one of you? Oh, you're making my life difficult, Mr. Cow. Don't be so bullheaded. Puns are easy. You just need to let them move through your mind. Sorry, I understand I'm milking it with these puns. You get it? He's milking it. He's milking it because cows milk, you know, buckets, things like that. Jeez, why are you lot ignoring me? I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed now. Were you following me then? I think you were, weren't you? Right, that's a follow. Surely. Oh, I need you to follow me. I can't let them get too far away from one another. What's TPS as I live derp? Ticks per second. Noises in the ear. Not Ginitro. Resubscribing 13 months in a row, saying, I don't know what to say, keep it up, really enjoying the series so far, seeing the administration side of things is quite interesting. Not sure if it is easier for you to make that type of content, but I'd love to see more of it, cheers. Yeah, I get tons of feedback from people saying they want to see more of it. There will be more of it. I want to try and put some in each and every episode. So the episode that I'm currently recording, it's going to be a case of here's some stuff that I tried that didn't quite work, you know, and I'm learning from feedback how to do the administrative stuff a little better each time. Wow, we're going to be walking for a while, peeps. The cows aren't moving very fast, says Green. Good one, good one. Cutie Pie Kidden, resubscribing, 18 months in a row, 2 Twitch babies, saying a second bounce in Twitch baby. I continue to really enjoy your content and your genuinity. Oh jeez, I can't say that word. Thank you for the lovely message, Cutie Pie Kidden. Glad you're still enjoying what we do. After 2 Twitch babies, some people might have gone insane. Also, the Frisian Gamer has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, the Frisian Gamer. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Slick CDR says it could be that Einstein's birthday today reminded Hawking's of the unfinished universal theory of physics unification leading to his death. P.S. Did Hawkins die of natural diseases, old age and his disease? I tend not to read too much about people dying. When you get to my age, like lots of people that you've looked up to have died, and it kind of gets like tough to focus on it individually, and it's kind of better for me to like look at the bigger picture and realize that death is a part of life, and for every time someone like that dies, there's another how many odd people being born that are going to do great things for humanity. So yeah, I haven't looked into the details of it. What were you saying? That like, what if he had a thought of something, he was reminded of something, and it like overloaded his brain? Well, then there would be an answer to the uniqueness of it. Then it would be like, oh, it's because of that, you know? So that's what I'm saying, like these mystic ideas, oh, isn't it weird? It's like, well, it's not, because if there's a reason why he died on that person's birthday, then there's a reason. And if there's not, it doesn't have to be mystic. It can just be coincidence. Like, the thing that I say about having tunnel vision is like, if you were to like factor in how many events and things happen where you can go, that person moved their leg forward, and you know, this person side, and that person over there scored a goal in a game. Like, if you took all the events happening in the world constantly and then tried to evaluate how many of them had these obscure links, all of a sudden there's just so much stuff that like it doesn't really mean anything anymore. That's the way I look at things like that, you know. Try and take out that. I'm really going off on one now, aren't I? Right, I got no idea. If anyone on the server wants to like come out here and rescue X and help me find the way back, I got no idea if I'm like close or not, which is kind of a problem. It's probably right over that hill, right? Go on, cows, you can make your way up here if I did. He died peacefully, says Tay Dull Swifter. Yeah, I was going to say, the other thing that I heard, the one thing that I did hear about his death is that natural causes painless, apparently. I don't really know any specifics. Chords, TP, says it's fuzzy. Well, if I teleported you here, how would that help? Oh, they're both, okay, they're both there. Right, we're going to come down to this bit. You can find you, don't fall down too much. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, you might take some damage from the falling. The Endless is here, resubscribed 15 months in a row, saying collecting all the months. All of them? Jeez, it's a lot of months to collect. I hear there's been gazillions of months so far. Appreciate the subscription, man. Thank you for 15 months. Hope you're enjoying it. Please go off, X, says Lady Ramstein. Am I getting permission to go off on one? I don't know, like, what else could I tell you about it? Because I chat about these things over and over again, and I've got this problem where I'm sort of a bad person at retaining specific information. I'm more of a feelings person. So, like, there's some really good ways of expressing some of the stuff that I'm saying. I kind of forget the specifics of that. Hi, thank you, Mr. Cactus Man. Look, it's a real-life cactus. I saw it. It was day one, planted in the desert, turned into a player, started playing with us. So I'll tell you, this server is magical. Please bear in mind that the cows are very slow, so we're doing the best that we can. So I read books on this. I read books on how the brain works and how it thinks about stuff, and there's just so many like illusions happening around you all the time, where the human experience creates an idea of things that aren't actually based in much truth. And that's because to be a human is to generally walk around with an idea that you're right about stuff. I know there's like self-doubt and concepts like that, but generally you spend most of your time feeling pretty like in charge of what you're doing. You know what your surrounding is, you know this and that, and a lot of it is actually, oh, well done, good sir, thank you very much, we can see the portal. A lot of it is like the brain's survival mechanism to let you know what's going on in your environment, how to react to it. And then when it comes to, you know, us being far beyond the primitive stages of, you know, man and stick make fire and hunt animal and shelter in cave, like we're in this age of information and philosophy, and those instincts, I think, hold us back in like understanding a lot about ourselves and the world that we live in. You know? And anyway, like I said, I read some books on how... I read a book. No, I did read some books. There were two of them. There's one about the brain, which was really easy to get into. What's his name? David Silverman or something like that. And then there was another one that was like some real heavy reading stuff, like a really big, thick book about how the brain thinks at 2 different paces, and some experiments and stuff that they did to find out what the differences were between the two. Really, really loved reading that stuff. I went on a little bit of a reading sort of phase last year, and this year I've done hardly any at all. You know, that's just 15 minutes of cow luring, says Slick CDR. This is what I do on my streams. I do grindy stuff. I don't do creative building because I'm even slower at doing that. I like to just do stuff that's dead simple. We can hang out and chat about the brain and how, I don't know, being alive is an illusion. No, it's not. Well, I mean, you are alive. Maybe you're not. Maybe it's just... Maybe you're my dream. Did you ever think that? What if you're a Suma's thoughts, okay? What if there ain't no live stream audience? What if I'm imagining all of this? Okay, so now we need to set up a wheat farm so we can start breeding them straight away. Make a baby, you two. We need a little fella in this area. I need some wool, but I don't have that yet. So we need to go on search of sheep. An axe would be good. Cool, we've got a baby over there. We need to light up the area and do stuff like that. Down here, though, we could do with making this a little bit bigger. I guess we'll go looking for sheep and punch seeds. We'll punch for seeds and look for sheep. Now I'm going to go over the extreme hills for sheep. Here's the thing. Do I actually want to go that far this time? Maybe I should scan in a circle shape, so we don't have to come back so far. That sounds kind of reasonable. So Betty Bag Daddy says it's not important, it's interesting because the odds are so small of occurrence that it is a coincidence and not mystical. That is what makes it interesting. The fact that something like that can come from chaos, and again there is a dichotomy mixed in that makes it more interesting. I do understand what you're saying, but again, like, it's not coincidence when, like, you get tunnel vision. You get tunnel vision, and it's like you see something as having a significance where actually it might sort of be a common occurrence if you frame it differently. Now, at the moment, like, your emotions and your human perspective can feed into this idea that there is something really significant between 2 intelligent people. But there are probably lots of people that are really intelligent, maybe more intelligent than Hawkins and Einstein. I mean, maybe not, I don't know, but like, there's lots of intelligent people out there. Do we want to draw up a list of all the intelligent people who have died in history? Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he died on the same day as, you know, 17 other people or something. And as for, like, there supposedly being something interesting coming out of the chaos of everything, if you understand the complexity of things, it's more like, in order for things to seem interesting when there's so much coming out of chaos, you have to apply significance to them. And if you were to create like a blank copy of all of the information that's happening in the world all the time, all of these things, all these dots connecting and joining, and I guess connections falling apart or whatever, however you want to visualize it, if you were to give no value to any of that stuff and no concept to it, it would just be a series of connections and it wouldn't actually look that interesting. It's not until you give it significance, and you know, and that's kind of my way of looking at it. As I say it out loud, I kind of realised that, yeah, maybe the for these things to have significance is important for some reason or another. But I kind of like take that out of the way I think about things. Why are we rambling about IQ levels? Says ethically Dealstra. I didn't say anything about IQ levels. You're the one who mentioned that. Jeez. Vivica Dream says Assumer Brain Insights are some of my favourite streams. I mean, Brain Insights. I ain't got many of those. Jeez, I've got brain derps all the time. That's what I've got going on. Horrible Nerd says I get what you mean. Cool. That's good to hear. Did you know that everyone on the planet alive is now 50th cousins of everyone else? Is Spitfire. I didn't know that, but that's an interesting thing to know. It's like, it's kind of hard to visualise that, isn't it? But that means we're 50th cousins. Flappadoo says, I just joined in the middle of the stream. conversation and I'm confused. Yep, that'll happen if you join in the middle. By the way, I'm not seeing any sheep. I came here to get a little bit of wool, and I ain't see. Oh, do you know what? I don't need to bring the sheep back, so we can actually travel far. All I need to do is get a little bit of wool so I can jump in and out of that pen. It seems like a low priority, but it'd be super convenient. Awesome string, which I've probably got lots of back at my base. I think I should head back. I'm wasting time. Camo J says, I have a book by Hawking on black holes, and oh my god, it's amazing, and now I'm really into black holes and relativity. R.I.P. Hawking. I haven't read one of his books. There'll be a time for me when I'm older when I'll start reading some more stuff. I'll have to put one of those on the list for sure. I've watched lots of documentaries about that kind of thing. Super fascinating. So we got Gun Rover resubscribed for 6 months in a row. Gun Rover, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate that. Also, Mr. I Love Cats is here doing a cheer, throwing bits, saying cheer. Oh, by the way, you remember about that thingy, Madge with the things and stuff after the stream meeting? What? Thingy-majig. Yeah, I remember about the meeting. I've got 2 meetings after today's stream. I'll be there, Cats. Don't you worry about it. Thank you for the bits, by the way. Appreciate it. I had too many bits, as I Love Cats. Your everyday J Twitch says, hey X, did you know it is Pi Day today? Our maths teacher was asking us to remember as much as we could in 1 minute. I remembered 3.1415926535589. I just did it with a song. That's cool. There's a band that wrote a song using pi, and it's just like there's rules for each of the numbers and how you play it on the guitar, and it's just this absolutely weird song. Kind of sounds alright. That is some slightly now cold drink. I never get the temperature right with these drinks, do I? One day we'll get it perfect on a stream. Man, come on, have some string. Have some string already. Ah, jeez, there's some string. That's all I needed. I didn't need to fart about, running around, being a fool. That's all I needed, just some of that. So now what we'll do is we'll farm up a bunch of the wheat, try and get some more seeds. Hey X, are you aware the new update for Xbox and Windows 10 editions are Better Together updates, says Master Jota. I was aware of that. They'll also have the aquatic update as well. All of that's supposed to come out at the same time, which is going to be super interesting. And do we have any torches? I got torches. Let's break that, put it here. Torches around the outside, torches in the inside. Super safe. Not really. Not really. There'll be a creeper here before long. Right, so let's get some torches over here. Apparently we almost got 1,000 people watching. Thanks for tuning in today, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Our plan for the stream is to make a bone meal. Oh dear, bone meal farm. And I've got the coordinates of a spawner. And we're going to go travel there. It's not too far away from here, but we'll probably travel through the Nether. So I need to get a little bit of obsidian together if I don't already have it. So that's kind of it for us with this farm. I'll come back here and do the boring breeding stuff in between. Recording and streaming and all of that. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And there's a little bit of that going on for now. Because we're not going to spend so much time out here though. Like, that stuff probably won't grow very fast, which kind of sucks. So, James Shopland is here, resubscribing for 23 months in a row, saying 1 month of 2 years. There you go, 1 month and 2 years of madness. You put up with the derp for that long. You've endured it. That's the word to use. That sounds heavy. Sounds weighty. You've endured the derp. That should be a shirt. I endured the derp. I came out with this goofy look. To have a little funny face. Right, we're going to put that in our offhand, so we'll need like digging supplies. You know what I haven't got yet? I haven't got an ender chest, and that is ridiculous. I need an ender chest. Where's me obsidian? Obsidian, where art thou? You take a very long time to mine. Okay, that's block of cut. That's not obsidian, jeez. Right, we're going to need a little bit more for a portal, because I want to make a thingy. So I guess it's back to the overworld. We keep doing this. Oh, let's grab my bucket. Hi. Thanks. Right, let's go. Oh, the pigmen are angry. Anita is here, doing a cheer, throwing bits of me, saying, Happy Pi Day. Tell Cats he needs to be more creative on his deaths. Cats, you need to be more... Is Cats online right now? I was about to run the kill command. That would have been creative. Cats, you need to be more creative with your deaths, young man. Okay? If you're not going to get more creative, I'm going to have to get creative for you. I don't know what that means. Some sort of command block voodoo magic. Anita, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it, of course. WM Fawn is here with a donation saying, got paid, which means more money for my favourite derp. Also changed my Minecraft IGN like I told you I would. Doggy lover is no more. WN Fawn lives on. Hope you're feeling better than me and my sicky self. I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling sick and under the weather. I hope you get better soon, buddy. And I'll have to remember that. Doggy lover is now WN Fawn. Got it. How long do I forget? You know what I'm like. Thanks for the donation. We also got another one here from Cats. Mr. I Love Cats is saying, geez, read the donation before the cheer. Oh, by the way, I've been working on doing power chords. It's really weird to block half the strings. Hard to get used to. Also, what's with all that noob juice? I carry noob juice on me. It's because I'm a smarty pants. I know that I'm a noob and I might fall into lava, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be falling into no lava. Cat, so I got the donation before the bits, so there might be some sort of donation lag. Considering that, like, throwing bits is a Twitch thing, it's probably faster to come through to the streamer. Now, I should be picking up that block. I'm slightly worried about my connection right now. We don't usually see this. This is what I was commenting on the other day. You don't usually see block lag like this. You get a little bit of slowdown on some stuff, but not block lag. So, TBS is down to 11. What's my ping like? My ping seems to be good. I wonder if someone's using the Blaze Farm. I've been using the Blaze Farms and it weren't affecting the TPS, but if you get like a crazy amount of blazes, it can actually affect it a little bit, so it could be something like that. Anyway, we need a couple more. Apparently we passed 1,000 viewers, so thank you everyone for tuning in. If you're not following me here on Twitch, that's the thing that you can do. You can press a button. It means that you get annoying notifications when I go live, reminding you that there's foolishness happening in the world that you can come and watch. Cats, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it. Whoopi14 is here resubscribing for 2 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscription. And Blaze Junkie82, 20 more months. Diamond face in chat. Feel free to show off that diamond face for 2 years of support. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Crazy stuff. Right. Cat says, be right back, gotta bring the groceries. Don't you fall asleep while you're doing that, Cats. Don't you fall asleep. Why was I coming back over here? I don't know. The lag is probably from the amount of players to Spitfire. Yeah, it's that. There's a lot of things, like entities. There's multiple factors as to why lag is caused. Spigot handles it much better, but it being this low makes me think, there you go. Lots of blazes. 2 people are using the blaze farm, so that's why it's a little bit lower than usual. I'm guessing. That being said, like, it's only when there's crazy amounts of blazes at once, and maybe it's something else. Hello, just joined the stream. Hello, welcome to the stream. Turing Gux says, Assume Mango made a joke about your derp counter and Mumbo's spoon counter on his stream. I'd take that as a compliment. Or what? Depends what the joke is, but yeah, no, Il Mango's cool. I'm sure it was a funny joke. Right, so now we can make ourselves an ender chest. It's taken a very long time, my friends, but it's truly worth it. Hi, where's my ender pearl? It's already in my inventory. It was already in there, wasn't it? Ah, I got to make this one myself, have I? You're not going to tell me. I'll see how it is. I'll see how it is. I learned a recipe. There we go. Now we can go make a portal somewhere. I've got to figure out where we're going to. So let's just catch up with some noises quickly. Then I've got to do some Alt and Tab, finding a number thing, coordinates. Oh, I'm doing a great job of explaining stuff today. So Flogo 2012 has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Flogo. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying it. Riffernaut has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Riffernaut. Appreciate that. Also, MickKnight98 is here with a donation saying, hey, Asuma, these is the first time I've ever been able to watch your stream live, and you are awesome YouTuber, and bring back Evil X. Thank you for the donation, MickKnight. Glad to have you with us live today. Evil X will be arriving on the server soon in a boss form. He's going to have his own evil dimension, and there'll be an evil boss fight. It's going to be pretty cool. But, yeah, it's coming soon. Don't know exactly when. Right, now what am I doing? Together. There we go. I need to do some quick math. you know. I figured, when's the best time to do a quick little bit of math? During a live stream. Perhaps I could have figured this out beforehand. So I've got the number here. Okay, so... oh no, that's wrong. Bear with me, peeps. I will be right back. I'm just doing some quick math. Divide by 8. So I've got to go to that. 365. And then... oh wow, that's a big number. Divide that by 8. Cool, I got our numbers, peeps. I've got our numbers. That means I can close all this other stuff and get back to the stream. So we need to go to pretty much straight ahead, I think. In this direction? No. This way. Right, we've got to go that direction a whole bunch. So we're going to walk it. We need to get to 1326. So 100 blocks over there. So that's going to be somewhere around Spangle's area. I need to find how I get to Spangle's area with a bunny. I bet you it's going to be right in the middle of Spangle's base, this portal that I need to build. There's also... please leave this thing for now. I can use it to build off of it. That'll be a no. That'll be a big fat no. We don't want people building in the very middle of a viewing area. I think all we've got to do is cross over here and find our way down. Ah, I kind of see stairs. Oh no, they just go there. Well, I don't know my way around this place, do I? Mo's Major MC has resubscribed 3 months in a row, saying 3 months of the wit and wisdom of Asuma. Wisdom? Raise a cup of tea to many more. Thank you for the lovely message, buddy. Appreciate it. Does this end here? Oh, this looks so dangerous. Yeah, I'm going to get away from this lava-y. I could just swim across. I could drink some noob juice and swim. Swim the channel. I think we've got to go down this way. Also, Spangle Online. Spangle, I'm coming to your base. Okay, that's bad news. Yep, you look at that fella. I'm just going to walk around you. Oh man, I haven't walked down it yet. I've always been looking at this area from afar. It's really cool. Mr. Joker here is doing some cheers, throwing some bits at me, saying, I made play cards in a form of custom maps. Will they break on world reset? They will if you've made them in the overworld. If you make them in the end dimension, where you start off with a blank slate, then you can keep them. So that's a thought for you. But that's a really cool idea. Can make like a game of poker. That's a familiar looking person right there. I think I can smell a little bit of a scallium as well. Jeez. Someone's been on the green stuff. You know what I'm saying. Ultimate Badass Andy hugs you, says X. Go back up to your base. Look at Spangles, then look to your right. There is the path. Ah. Oh no. Don't hug me. Don't hug me. I'm trying to get over there. Oh, jeez. I'm going to get hugged next to the lava. Okay, let's see if we can go through here. I believe we can. This looks promising. I don't like the sound of pigmen grunting near me. That's very troubling, that sound. Right, the evil bunny gets closer. Hi, Legacy. I think I see a Spangle. It's a wild Spangle out beheading things. Okay, it kind of looks like this is the... oh, are these pigmen going to be angry? Right. It is. It's right around here. It's right... I'm going to hide in Spangle... actually, it's a little bit... hang on, let me get the number on my screen. Oh, jeez, they're making noises again. 1326. Which is back that way a little bit. So what we'll do... it's also 365. It's a little further this way. Okay, so it's somewhere over here. Right, what we're going to do is make a tunnel from somewhere around here. Now, this is someone's base. So what part of this are they using? What's being built here? Because it feels like they're trying to really integrate. This is lovely, by the way. Lovely architecture. Feels like they're really trying to make use of the nether field. So I don't want to just go and dig something at random. Maybe what we'll do is we'll use the space just in between. Right, and we'll... have I got ladders on me? I wish I had some ladders. Oh, jeez, don't be angry at me. Why did I not, like, bring any supplies? Okay, I am terrible at this game, I'm just saying. I'm going to head back and I'm going to put stuff in my ender chest so that I can go somewhere and not have to go, oh no, I didn't bring anything useful at all with me. Because I seem to do that a lot. I'm getting sick of it, I'm getting sick of myself. Paper Cat says, hello, I'm back from taking a shower and was thinking about how I could convince my mum to let me become a patron. Well, you could always try and win a competition. We are going to do them. We're going to try and do them monthly, although I don't think we've got anything planned just yet. That looks like a cool door. But yeah, like we want people to be able to get on here through competitions as well. So there's that. Although, you know, the odds aren't going to be exactly great. Hi, Ender Chest. I need some wings and rockets. That's what I need. Wait, I was just getting noises in my ear, wasn't I? Because I've got nothing on the side of my screen. I definitely just heard noises in my ear. Please confirm, chat. Please confirm that I'm not going mad. This is some gorgeous nether action, says Wellington Sneed. It is, isn't it? This place is simply wonderful. Okay, so now let's do it proper, right? Let's come back here. Let's use the old brain smarts and say, hey, we're going somewhere. What do we need? What's of use? I'll tell you what, a little bit more fuel. Actually, okay, no, I do have kind of lots of good stuff. Do we have anything in here that might be of use? I don't think so. Nothing strikes me as being immediately useful. So that means that we get to pick up these. We get to make sure they don't fall down into the lava. And then we get to put them... Oh, yeah. So that's fortune. I want silk touch. Good. Let's put them into here. Aha! Wait, did someone rename that loot 2? I don't think I called it that. I hear a ghast being hurt. Sweet. Right, now we will go grab the other boxes that I got. X, what do you think about bass players? Get rid of them! No, I'm joking. I would want to get rid of the bass players. I like bass. I really want to get a bass guitar. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Let me tell you guys a story about guitars. So I've got an Epiphone 1958 Black Explorer. Go look up that guitar. It is beautiful. Okay, I've had it for a long time. Today I was looking at like getting a white one, which is a very sort of impulsive. Oh, I'd love that guitar kind of feeling. Like the next guitar I buy, I need to be wise. I need to be like, come on, like pick a guitar that's gonna like fill a gap. And I don't think, because I've already got an Explorer, it's not gonna do it. Anyway, so there's this like black Epiphone Explorer that's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's called the Gothic as well, or something like that. 1958 model. If you go look it up, it is gorgeous. I got one of those and I bought it for £210, right? And this was years ago. It's like 10 years ago. Now they cost like £600 to £700. And I think the deal is that no one makes them, yet they're really nice guitars. They're unique. They're sought after. And so the price goes up over time. I could probably sell it second hand for like double the money. Which is kind of crazy. Don't want to do that, of course. I love that guitar. I started playing it again recently, though, and then I started like looking up other Explorers, and they do a white one for like £600. Oh, it's just so... I'm so looking at it like, oh my god, I would love that guitar. But it would just be another Explorer, so it wouldn't be like the smartest investment. Anyway, you could tell I was just letting out some pent-up guitar energy there, right? I needed to talk about that. Oh. Right, Spangle's base. How does Spangle think? I mean, there's probably loads of swords for beheading everywhere. There we go. We found Spangle's crafting bench. That's the one. What Y height are we at? 24 is actually probably going to be all right for our needs. This is like when Scar sometimes mentions Disney. Yeah. It's called passion. Being passionate about something. Sir Cadmite says, I picked up a 1987 RG 560. So nice. That sounds cool. I've been looking at the 350 and the 550 for ages. I used to, like, this was a problem. Every day I used to look on eBay at RGs. And I had to stop because I noticed that I was probably spending a little bit too much time looking at these guitar models. But there was one that like went for like £120 or something, and I so wish I'd have brought it because it was a really nice black RG, one of the classic models. It had the case, the hard case with it. I don't have a lot of hard cases, so that's like a bonus. And it was a complete and utter bargain, and I didn't buy it. And then I noticed that I was like spending a lot of time trying to find bargains on eBay again. They don't come around that often. I love derps as derp because you haven't done a derp. I mean, geez, you just want to sit. You want the live streams. I love derp wants the live stream to be this. Derp, derp, oh, derp button, derp, derp. You just want that for blooming 3 hours, didn't you? 3 hours. You would love it if I just sat here doing nothing but pressing the derp button. I can tell. I know your type. You're a derp fiend, okay? Oh. Montchris says so true. Is that what? Do you mean that's what I love derp wants or what everyone wants? Does everyone just want me to sit here hitting the derp button? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what everyone wants? You just literally want X to hit the derp button and do nothing else. Right, now what we're going to do is head over to 26 on the next coordinate. So that's like 50 blocks in this direction. Oh, this song's great, by the way. I haven't heard this album in like a few years. Maybe not that long, but it's been a while. Right, a bit more. So we're there. The next number was 6-5. So is that this way or that way? It is that way. And by not many blocks. Okay, so just here we're going to build a portal. It's kind of always weird to look at the screen when F3 is on. I know it doesn't take up all of the screen, but it always feels like it does in a weird way. This song's great. I love the mystical kind of vibe it's got going on. All right, peeps, let's see where this takes us to. Oh, let's go have a look. The Nick Greenway says, are we digging straight down the Nether with no noob juice on the hotbar? Oh, gee, take me to the surface, why don't you? I wanted to go underground. I've got the exact coordinates. I should move this portal down and get those exact coordinates together. X, you heard of the band Hellish War, says the Frisian Gamer. I haven't actually. That's a band I haven't heard of. Where do you get your songs, Asuma, says Subin Philip. I got these ones from Bandcamp. Search Bandcamp Orang. And you can find this. I've got a Gibson Blues Hawk that I love very much. Wonderful sound. I do not know what the Blues Hawk guitar model is like. I'd love to check that out. I like my guitars very much, but I'm really into metal guitars. I don't think the Explorer was ever supposed to be like a metal guitar. It's just I just love the shape of it. That being said, though, the shape of it makes it kind of different to play standing up. Songbird says, speaking of Music X, the song you played over the Dragon Battle was really groovy. Glad you liked it. Hiloof Derp says, hey X, if I make a derp compilation, will you watch? I do not want to endure my derps a second time. That's all I'll say. Have you heard the new Masters Hammer album? If that's the Masters Hammer I'm thinking of, what, aren't they like a 1984 extreme metal band? Well, I guess it wouldn't be called extreme anymore. If that's the Masters Hammer I'm thinking of. I decided on that Ibanez because of watching your videos, actually. Took me months to find one, but mine is neon orange instead of your laser blue one. That sounds awesome, neon orange. Yeah, the blue colour on my guitar is really nice. Like, I didn't really know like what to get when I wanted to buy a guitar, but I knew I liked Ibanez, and I sort of saw that one and went, that's lovely. And I just got it, and it turned out to actually be like a really nice guitar for what I needed. I'm gonna let chat tell me about this one. Go on, chat. Tell me why I'm an idiot. Tell me why I just derped. I'm gonna wait and see if chat knows what's going on. I'm gonna see what chat says. Does chat even know? No ladders. Almost right, Rudfree. Ladders is how I realised my mistake. No numbers, says Jason Fire. Nothing to do with numbers. You left the ender chest. Aerolid, you are absolutely correct. I am a fool. I am a derp. Press the derp button. It's a double derp, I'll give you that. That's a derp and a half, that one. That was... Oh, jeez, I'm in someone's base. What's going on? What's going on? I've come to another dimension. No, it's the Nether. It's the Nether. Please be... It's not near the... Oh, I've got to go over there. I've got to go all the way over to the evil bunny again. Oh, you're making me walk the long way around, are you? Jeez. Jeez, will I ever get there? There's so many paths. Where does this one go to? I'm going to do a little hop. And another little hop. And then I'm going to run down here. Look at all those derp faces in chat. Jeez. You knew what you came here for. Disclaimer alert. Derps happen all the time. When's Evil X going to appear, says Penguin? Don't know at the moment. It'll be soon. Okay, I'm going to leave those there. Right, there's some sort of carnage happening around here. Quick, let's avoid the carnage. Jump to the side. What's that? Present. Oh, yeah, I got your present. You should have left it at the base. Oh, I'll put it in here for now. I was aware of that. Thank you, by the way. Okay, and now I'm taking this with me. Right, let's hope no pigmen hurt me. Okay, we got it. And we're off. Just like that. Just like that. Did you mess up someone's portal system, says Turingux. Maybe. We don't know yet. I haven't put the portal in the correct place. X, what is the loot we get from Evil X, says Chris. An Evil X head is the loot that you get from Evil X. It'll be one of the most sought after items on the server. Agent Cypher says, hello Asuma. Hey buddy, welcome to the stream. So if I sign up to be a patron, how long is the delay to be added to the server? Patreon is a month, but Twitch is instant. If you go to asumavoid.com/get whitelisted, you can get all the information right there. By the way, I see a lot of people constantly asking questions about how to get on this server. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you. If you go to the website, if you actually read what's on there, all the information is there. If you're unsure of something, you know, like it should be as clear as it says. I've been trying to reword things and make it as clear as possible. Crozen says, assuming your donations are overlapping in the bits and derps. Yeah, Streamlabs changed something. I don't know why it does that now. I need to look into that. It's actually in the stream title even. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Warlord. Like, it's literally in the title of this stream. I'm trying to make it super simple. Is there bad lag on the server, says Cosmology. There is today. I've not seen it like this. It's usually really good with block lag. There's usually no block lag, actually. The TPS can go slow. That's understandable. I just fell in a hole. Fair enough, you know. It happens. It happens. It's never usually this bad. I don't know why, though, as well, because we've had this many people on before. Maybe it just needs a restart. Or maybe, like, someone's built a farm or something. We'll figure it out. But now is not the time for debugging. What we need to do, I guess, is make ourselves a crafting bench and then some ladders. How far down in the world do I have to go? I need to open this all back again. So let's have a look. We got to go down to Y22. So we need... Oh wow, we need about 60. So we probably need... Hey, there's a cow! I've spent ages looking for your type. And now you're here. There's loads of you. You fell in the hole you dug, ex-derp. I mean, are we going to call that a derp? I don't know if it was. I mean, falling in holes happens a lot in this game. It's a game about digging. You know, it's so easy to do. So easy to do. 48. Let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there you go. That should be enough, I hope. Baby, check the entity count scoreboard, says Legans. There's a problem with that. I think it only works in one dimension at the moment because we're using what's it called? Multiverse? That's what we're using. So yeah, it's a little bit like, I'm not sure if it's counting everything or not. Come on now. Right, down we go. I'm not even sure I should actually make a ladder, because I'm gonna... Wait a minute, I don't actually need to make a ladder, because it's not like I'm gonna come back to the surface. Not right now, anyway. Maybe I will in a bit. Let's just get down and find this thing already. Quick maths of Asuma, says Lahoop. Did I get it wrong? Did I say the wrong number? Okay, apparently we all got 1,200 people watching. Crazy! Thank you everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you coming by to check out the Let's Play Minecraft Together stream. We were just in the Nether. There was loads of beautiful bases in there, but now we're going to be working on getting some bones at the moment. that's what we're going to be working about. We've been talking about Stephen Hawking as well, and how it being Albert Einstein's birthday doesn't really mean anything. If you want me to debunk anything you think is unbelievably weird and unexplainable, I'll be happy to do so. You know, like, but there was a guy who got struck by lightning 3 times in one day. I say to you, count how many people there are on the Earth and how many days they all collectively live day after day. All of a sudden, you'll have a really big number, and you'll be like, oh, maybe that actually isn't as unlikely as I thought. By the way, there's a lightning storm happening right now. Like, like there's always lightning somewhere in the world. It always snows somewhere in the world. Like, that's how big the world. Why? Is someone trolling me? Please undo your trolling, person. Wait a minute, didn't I take down the portal? That's really unhelpful, by the way. Please undo that. I appreciate the joke. It is funny, but I need you to undo that. Do I have a torch? I do, but I'd prefer if I could have the skylight. I'm assuming you're watching. These people, do they want me to stream in the dark? I think they do. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What height are we at? We need to get down to 20. Oh my goodness me, we're at 6. I've come down too far. Why did Stephen Hawking ask to be boiled like the rest of the vet? Jeez, come on, man. Come on, man. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh right there. I won't reread that. Johnny DL says X. It's the law of extremely large numbers. I want to know more about that law. Yeah, maybe the way I described it isn't so significant, but like, what if you had the statistic of how many times people got struck by lightning every day? What if it's actually something like 100 people every day? Then you'd be like, oh, I don't know what it is, but like, you always got to look into this stuff, because the reason you hear about a story like that is because it kind of sounds unique, whereas, you know, people do get hit by lightning quite often. It's a thing. So let's go look at the coordinates. We need to go to 29921, so that's a little bit in this ways. And the other number is going to be 10610, so we're 20 blocks off in this direction. Right, is that the right one? It's not, we're going that way. Also, I'm going to need to throw down a torch here and there. Cool, so I think that's it. I think I just got to dig in that direction and we'll get there. I heard he's dead. I'm UK, but who is this Hawkins guy? Says Teeny Tiger. You know, I'm not sure what his actual profession is, like a scientist or a... what would the actual term? An astrologist? I don't know. Like, he's a very smart person who's contributed a lot to our society. And he likes black holes. I'll always remember the Ricky Gervais joke where he's like... Stephen Hawkins is like, the universe is expanding. He's like, yeah, sure it is, Stephen. Love that joke. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, there we go. I should have brought my shield for this job. You are a butt kicker. Stop kicking butt with your cheaty arrows and your aiming of unbelievable accuracy. Thanks, Dinnerbone. Jeez, thanks. Okay, we're getting some boat. Oh, we've got a player head. That's good, that's good. Debunk Asuma being a derp every day, says BFS. There's nothing to debunk, it's just a fact. Theoretical physicist, says Cheeseballs. Physicist. I had that in my head, but I was thinking it sounds more like a physical therapist, and I was like, ah. He was a physicist professor, there you go. Some people are telling me, they're educating me now. I've studied a lot about Hawking's theories. They're a bit far-fetched, but they do explain a lot, says Cats. I think when you get to that level of thinking, it's all going to sound sort of far-fetched, but it's all stuff built off of other stuff. Oh, come on, give Dinnerbone some respect. Oh, of course, Dinnerbone's great. I'm not having a go at Dinnerbone. I just, when it comes to the skeletons, I think they need to be nerfed. Because they're just irritating. To be quite frank, they're irritating. Right, I think we need like a work area. So it's going to be 1, 2, right, then there, and then there's going to be a wall, and it looks like... Oh, jeez, there's more of you, is there? Of course there is. You're spawning outside the walls. Oh, it's time for a fight. It's time for a fight. I'm ready. I'm ready. You're going to get sucker punched. Bam. Fight each other. That's what I need you to do. And you just killed your friend. Hi, there's one more. We need to put more torches on the outside. Jeez. You got a butt kicker bow. And you're dead. Right. So this will do. Let's set up shop around here. Skeletons are no problem if you use a shield, says Mitch K. That's what I was saying. You know, I left my shield. Should have brought it with me. So that was a gift. So that's full up. Aha, we can put some wood stuff in here. That'll kind of do for this moment. Got to empty out these chests as well. There's a lot of stuff here. Jamia says, X, you should try to explain where one gets morality from. Oh, goodness me. That's a tricky one. I believe morality is a survival mechanism. Things like empathy. Again, it sounds kind of horrible sometimes when you take, like, I guess what's, like, when you take the human element out of it. But I really do think that those things come from, like, a way to survive, because we had to cooperate together to survive. So having empathy for others, like, to say it's a survival mechanism kind of sounds a bit mean. Don't mean it that way. I think it's a great thing to have, but I do think that's the origin of it. I think that's what the origin of morality is as well, is trying to make sense of it. I Love Cat says, man, I keep trying stuff and losing my focus mid-sentence and erasing it. Jeez, Cats, try harder. It's only typing. I'm sure you'll get there in the end, buddy. Let's get another one out of here. I think I saw one with gunpowder there. We're just trying to organise our stuff. I'll just put gunpowder in there. One of these had gunpowder, I'm sure of it. There you go. And bones and blaze powder. There we go. And some golden apples. Right. And I can't pick up the... No, I can pick up the chests. That makes sense. R.I.P. Stephen Hawkins, who's genuinely funny and smart person. He had a damn good life. I just hope he can get a lift up the stairway to heaven. Brilliant. Fedora Friday. Brilliant. I like it. Yeah, he did have a good sense of humour as well. Julkip, or Julkip, oh, I can never say it, says, this seems like another deep stream today, and I have nothing to add to it. I mean, it is what it is. Man of the Rice says, X, explain why people think we live in a simulation and we are being controlled by, like, The Sims. Okay, so the simulation theory, I think, I don't know, it sounds a little bit to me sometimes like logic can be applied irrationally. So the idea is that if you can create simulation in life, then you can create simulations and simulations, and therefore it is more likely that if you take all the simulations and then the real and put them in a bag together, more likely you're going to pull out a simulation than a real one. Therefore, it's more you're like... Fozzie! Hi! Hi, Mr. Fozzie! Jeez, I thought you were a living cow coming to kill me because I put some of your friends in a pen. Hi, Fozzie. If you want to help out, we're just making a simple farm at the moment. I'm trying to, like, put all of this junk somewhere. I think the way to do it is to just throw down a chest and call it the junk chest and, like, sort it out later. That'll make my life easier. That'll make my life easier. Cool. Is that a gold nugget? Man, that does not look like anything impressive. Right, so let's get into why this could be wrong. Why could we be wrong in thinking that because it's more likely that we could be a simulation, that we are a simulation instead of real life. The flaw is that we're not assessing the difficulty to simulate life, or like where they stand against each other. We've just put them in a level playing field. So let's say, for our own sake, that it is far more likely that real life will exist than simulations can be created within real life. Then all of a sudden, if you're picking out of this bag, you're picking life or a simulation. Imagine that simulations are now specks of dust and life are like stones. you're going to pick out a stone. So that's the way I would simply describe it. Now, the reasoning behind thinking about it like that is that some scientists and smart mathematicians have actually crunched the numbers and they've gone, well, hang on a second. Okay, so can we simulate life as complex as what we are, what we know to be? What kind of computing power would that take based on the computing power we currently have? And so they crunch these numbers and they figure things out, and it's pretty darn crazy. Okay, so you would need a Dyson sphere to begin with. A Dyson sphere is the idea that an ultimate power source within the universe. So someone sat down and thought, okay, right now, let's try and think ahead of where we are right now. What would be the ultimate power source that could provide you with the most stuff? Dyson sphere is a massive structure constructed around a sun, right? So you build it around a sun, you can't see the sun anymore, all the energy from that sun is harvested by the Dyson sphere. That's a pretty crazy concept. I don't know how people dream that stuff up, you know. So yeah, the Dyson sphere, like, you would need something like that to power the computers. The computers would possibly need to be the size of a moon, is what they calculated, to simulate life as complex as what we have it, based on our current, you know, use of computing power. Now that's pretty intense, wouldn't you agree? Like that's a pretty large amount of like stuff that's needed. So alright, it's the size of a moon. Let's say that some civilizations can do that. Then you've got to think, well, hang on a second, like, to make a computer the size of the moon, how many planets would you need to visit to extract raw materials from? That might be a lot of planets to visit. So you would need to get to a level where you've got like a species that has basically conquered solar systems, can move around them to the magnitude that means that they create, you know, a computer the size of a moon. So if you've ever looked into the theory of like how we can potentially, or sorry, like these people have sort of thought ahead and thought, okay, like what are the obstacles in becoming a like Star Trek like species that, you know, warp around space and all of that kind of cool stuff. Some people have really thought about it, and it kind of looks like there's an extremely difficult like jump to make from getting out of your own solar system and being able to actually freely move around, like the amount of energy that's required, the distances to travel across space. It looks really, really like unbelievably difficult. So if anyone's gotten that far, I mean, it just seems like utter madness to get that far to build, you know, something of that magnitude to simulate life as complex as we're existing it. I really do think, after hearing stuff like that, that the whole we're living in a simulation thing is just a real kind of flaw of thinking. Like, you gotta listen to some opposing arguments here, because it seems like it's been given a fair footing. Like, we've just gone, oh, okay, so simulations are just as likely as our real life. It seems like simulations are actually incredibly difficult to do at this level of complexity. Anyway, I see lots of messages in chat now about like large chat messages. People want to wage in on the conversation. You know, Elka here saying, what do you think will be the next big thing added to Minecraft? Someone doesn't care about what we're talking about. Asuma, do you watch Kutzgar? Gar, I can't pronounce the name, much less spell it. Do you watch them? Lahoop, I do. I really like their channel. I really like their channel a lot. They're cool. Lol, X has 666k on YouTube, says Frank the Foot. That is absolutely true. I currently have the mark of the devil. Can you believe it? It's just a number. It's just a number, alright. Now, where's my Silk Touch pick? Because I'm going to mine out some more of this stone. So we need to go 1, 2, 3 over to here. We're gonna replace the wall. We're gonna make it all out of stone bricks, just because that's the thing that we like to do, right? Let's get our stone bricks in place. Can we change the song? It's really sad, says Extreme. I like this song. It's lovely. It's a bit melancholy, but that's what's beautiful about it. They're my favourite informative channels, says Lahoop. Yeah, they'd probably be on a top list if I were to make one. For me as well. A Dyson sphere is the only option for a power source Other options are black holes, quasars and gravity acceleration, all antimatter, and a new thing science started researching is the use of magnetic spin of electrons to power machines. It's called spintronics, I believe. Etanoid, that sounds cool. Yeah, there probably are other options as well, isn't it? I always remember it was Dyson Sphere. I think maybe at the time it was conceived, it was like seen as the ultimate power source, but yeah, it might not be. There's many mysteries to this this universe, isn't there? Is Fozzie getting his iron armor together? I think Fozzie's on the iron armor level. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. So 4, and then the wall. Hi, Lapis. It's all mine, Fozzie. You can't have it. Actually, I'll tell you what, you can have it. Also, I'm silk touching it, which is not what I expected. Bam, Fozzie. There you go. Have some of that. Hi, it's all gone. It's all gone. Right, now, how are we going to do this? Probably the classic way where you walk around the outside. So we'll put torches. Well, actually, no, we can mine. Okay, well, let's put torches in these positions. Yeah, where you are. And then we'll like mine a hole in the wall, and then we can just break the one block. That should work, I reckon. So that one's in the correct spot. And that one there. Alright, now let's continue the digging. Johnny DL says you should listen to Greg Egan's Permutation City when you're not recording. I think you'd really enjoy it. Tweet it at me if you've got a suggestion. Always up for listening to some tunes. By the way, we had noises in the air. Disco Crafter 1972 resubscribed for 2 months in a row, saying just signing up for Patreon now. Awesome, buddy. Thank you for signing up. 2 weeks to go. 2 weeks to go. And it's pretty much on the 2nd of the month that Patreon finishes doing all its Patreon stuff, and you'll be able to come and play on the server with us. So thank you for signing up. Terry360 has subscribed as well. Thank you for subscribing, Terry. Also, Diaz has resubscribed for 2 months in a row, saying, hey, X, 2nd month in a row. Happy/sad Pide, RIP Hawkins. We all live in a simulation. I disagree. I disagree with the simulation statement, but RIP Hawkins indeed. Your emotes are super cool, but my free sub is gone for this month, says 8 Muses. That's cool. Mamooses, I remember. That's quite alright, don't you worry about it. Munt Chris says, Asuma, 88TS and me can't figure out what's going on. We're imagining each other imagining you on an imaginary server with imaginary people while imagining writing this imaginary. Or am I imagining all of this? Please explain. I mean, you could be a figment of my imagination. That is the idea. Like, what if I'm imagining all of this? It's like a philosophical thing that's probably not as interesting. Once you've heard it more than once. I love Derp says X. Have you been kidnapped by my science teacher? I bunk the class today. Why'd you do that, I love Derp? That's a derp right there. Jeez, that's probably why you did it, I guess. If you love the derp. Shouldn't be bunking off a class. Get back in school, young man. With VR technology booming, it isn't that unrealistic that real humans with VR headsets and no exit button, says Jumet. This is what I was saying earlier. It is actually quite unrealistic. Like, some scientists and mathematicians have done some serious number crunching to go, okay, let's not just go, oh, we could all be a simulation, man. Let's find out what it takes to simulate, like how much computer power is required for it to be at this level of complexity that we experience. And the result that they find is actually, you know, actually this is pretty crazy. Like, you're talking some top level stuff right here. Computers the size of moons. That's kind of ridiculous, you know. It's kind of ridic, is what it is. Jays on Fire says, "Oh, young man." PCs probably won't get stronger until quantum computers become a norm, says Papercat. If you look into how quantum computers work, they probably might not revolutionise computing. Their application, based on how they work, isn't, from what I understand, it isn't actually so great for like computing, like gaming and stuff like that. It's more for like advanced science and number crunching that it could be good for. But man, like I'm remembering something I learned about that a while ago. What if our universe is a simplified version, says 23k Carlson. Now that's a cool question, because if we're in the simulation and this is actually simple compared to what's more complex, that's a really good one. Add to cough. I got to drink some of this horrible, disgusting cold drink now. That's a really good question, by the way. I like that. That's a good one. So basically, doing 10 billion things in a second on one MATLAB, math programs, but Minecraft gives you 1 FPS. I don't know where you were going that, but okay. Why are you replacing all the walls with pretty blocks when the overworld gets reset anyway, says Jolkip? I forgot that it got reset. So we won't put any more pretty blocks in. I mean, we'll do the top bit, but that'll do it. We are the DOS version, lol, says Day Dallas. That's one way of looking at it. That is certainly one way of looking at it. I like the sign. This tunnel, though, is sort of in the way, Fozzie. It needs adjusting. So yeah, we'll finish the wall for this bit here, and then yeah, I guess the rest of it will just, you know, be whatever it is. And it will kind of help as well, because we need to punch out the lights so we can see where the walls are from the other side. That'll do, that'll do. Have you heard Stay With Me by Sam Smith guitar version, says Killing Gaming? I haven't. I have not heard that. Fedora Friday says, to those playing, might be a good idea to tear down your builds outside the walls. At least tear down the blocks you want to bring to the new world. Fedora Friday, that's a pretty good tip right there. I like it. Right, that's another corner in. Slavink says, I agree. If you calculate the chances of being in a simulation, you have to consider the chances of us being able to create that simulation. That's a good way of like summarising what I was talking about. Yeah, it's a pretty good. It's Zapdos? Zapdos is trying to get in here. Quick, block it up. Block it all up. And that just happened. Breaking into my little farm, are ya? Trying to steal my bones? Invader. Oh, we've got an invader. What if it isn't us that creates a simulation, says Zenster. Well, that kind of ties into that question we had a moment ago that says, well, what we've kind of done with what I was saying, the argument that I had, what we haven't thought of is that this might not actually be the most complex thing. So you can kind of throw the argument off a little bit by thinking about it like that. But hey, I ain't no brain smart man. I'm just telling you stuff that I heard. I've been absorbing information about it. Ninjas, says Past. Yeah, we got a ninja invasion going on. Guess that means the wall won't stop people from mining into it. Yeah, Birdie, you got a point there. You got to wait a minute. What's this? Some sort of, what is that? Is that actually going to say anything? Like, because that looks super cool. Is it like communism? Oh, jeez, we've got like a communist party on the server. Goodness me. I'll hold on to that for now, I guess. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Oh. Cuddles, says Ultimate Badass Andy Kilger. Yeah, I've been seeing this. The Cuddles the communist. Oh. It does actually look like a communist flag, doesn't it? The hammer and sickle, as it were. The thing is, you can't ever count SAO as a simulation like that, because a YouTuber called Game Theory proved how much it was to even make the game. Blah blah blah. Game Theory is very very entertainment heavy, not very scientific in my opinion. I mean, maybe there's instances where MatPat, you know, gets into some serious research and stuff. There's also a lot of incidences where things on his show are very light-hearted and just for fun, you know. Like, there's a lot of theories that aren't really theories. series. It's just having a bit of fun. That's the way I look at it. Not knocking the content or anything. I actually used to like watch a fair bit of it. Hiloof Cat says I've always liked communism. Do you know, I like learning. I like learning about different opinions on different systems, hearing different perspectives, different sides of an argument. You know, what I don't like is people going, "Ah, this thing's rubbish" or "that thing's rubbish." You know, let's talk about, you know, understanding what other people see in different. What would you call it, like a value system or how society should be run? You know, when something like communism comes up, too often do you see people trying to shut down any conversation, which is kind of sad. I think we should always be able to talk about things like that. No, Matt Pat is super scientific, says Man of the Rice. I would say you might want to double check. Like, it's really not. Like I said, there probably are occasions where he actually has done some really good research and some good sciencey stuff. But I've watched a lot of his videos. There's a lot of. It's very entertainment is the point I'd get across. You know, it's not like a lot of the time. It's not even really anything. I don't know. Don't know how to describe it really. Like if you do think it's super scientific, maybe go watch some other research-oriented shows, and you might see what I mean. No one can speak of science with X. It's my fault. I missed 45 minutes, and I got class at 1:20 mins because of science class. Okay, Mr. Derp. Okay. Renshi says, "Why would communism be bad? Because we are told so." I don't particularly want to get into that right now. I don't know, like, when you talk about capitalism, communism, it can get pretty heated. You know, I don't want to have a heated discussion about it. There are certainly people who think it's really bad. There's people that think capitalism's really bad. Like, the thing that I would always say when you're talking about this stuff is that you don't have, like, a test lab style experiment. You can't sort of go, alright, let's go back to, you know, 1918, Russian Revolution. Let's clone the world and say it became a global revolution. And, you know, 100 years later, what does it look like? You can't... I don't mind if I do, people. I don't mind if I do. Jeez, no! Not the diamonds! Oh, they're not yours. They're mine. They're mine, I tell you. As I was saying, you can't just go and clone the world and find out what it would have been like. So, everything that's happened in practice, everything that gets discussed in theory, it's all kind of a bit, you know, it's not science, it's whatever it is, I guess. Test lab the world. The communist experiments have already happened and failed, says not TVM. Yeah, that's the kind of argument that I don't like, because it's sort of not true. Like, how can I word it? Like, it isn't a test lab environment. There's only one. We only have this one thing. So you can't sort of like go, oh, but what if the revolution spread to Germany? Like, you can't then see what would have happened or how it would have changed the trajectory, right? Really don't know how to describe it better than that. Just, it's like, how to describe it? It's, you know, everything that's happening everywhere is influencing everything else. You can't have some sort of like clean dissection of what's happened. Let's see what people in chat are saying. Let's see if anyone can explain it better than me. What if our world is a test lab for capitalism, says Plastic Triangle, and it's a simulation? Oh, well, where are you going now? I'll have to re-watch this a few times to understand everything, says Scammer. You don't have to watch me, you can go look up stuff on YouTube as well. I mean, I watch a lot of documentaries and essay type videos. That's where I get all this kind of brain thinking from. Cosmology says, I am actually a scientist, technically. What are we trying to explain? I'm trying to explain that when we think about the way in which our world is governed, the way in which society is organised and structured, that it's alright to go, oh, we tried this thing and it failed, but the point is that there's only one of this happening, and it's no fair way to see. How can I explain it? Like, Let's think for a second. So, like, when communism happened in Russia, like, the rest of the world doesn't sit back and go, oh, let's see how that works, because it's a different system, it's opposed to it. So, very quickly, the Germans bullied the Russians and took over, like, a large amount of their land, which was a lot of people, it was a lot of production power, like, and then all of the capitalist countries didn't want to do as much trade with Russia. They made it difficult for them. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's, you know, it wasn't like it was in a test lab and they went, right, everyone's going to try communism and then we see how it works. It was, that happened over here, countries went to war with them for it, you know, trade wars, and it's just one big mess of stuff happening everywhere. I would like to collect that. Bam, that's for my collection. Jittery Stiletto says, X, I think what you're arguing is that the sample size is too small for the number of variables to draw a valid conclusion. I knew someone in chat could word it better than me. The sample size is too small. We've only got one sample size, peeps. That's exactly it. You know, low sample size, way too many variables to really know. And a lot of it then goes into theory and people having thoughts and feelings about stuff, which is fine, but again, I'm not one to, like, let that lead me. I would much rather, you know, have something a bit more objective to go by, which is why I like listening to both sides of opinions, you know. I've heard a lot of, like, arguments pro and against for both systems, and it's really interesting. You can see how some things sound really great sometimes and not so much, and how someone can say, hey, this thing's really great, and someone else can say, well, actually, if you think about it like this, maybe it's not. And that seems to be life over and over again. Just, it's always more complicated than you think it is. There has been more communist countries than Russia, X, is Ultimate Badass Andy Kills You. There has, but the one that I know most about would be Russia. So that's why I kind of refer to it, right? Talk about what you know, they say. I mean, I don't know much because I'm a bit of a duck. Now, who's been using my junk chest? Everything here is property of X, I'll have you know. Also, if you want the iron ore, Fozzie, it's yours. You can get armoured up with that. Right, I think I was going to grab some ladders so I can get up and down from this area. We've got to dig down a little bit further. We've got to make some water channels. So I need to find some water. I only brought one bucket. Wow, what a derp. Hopefully there's more around here. Don't you mean the USSR, says Emeniva B. The USSR happens after the Russian Revolution. You have, like, the Mensheviks and the Bolsheviks at the beginning of the Russian Revolution. You have all of these different parties that sort of form a coalition together, but sort of not. And it's like incredibly complex what happened when the people took power, and the people that led the parties that represented the people, when they took power, like, it's incredibly complicated. It's really not like a simple open and shut case. There's also a lot of mixed opinions about various people involved and all this kind of stuff. Search up Curb Your Communism, says Joe the Pro. Is that like a nod to Curb Your Enthusiasm? Anyway, what was that question? Oh, I can't even remember what the question was. That's just, I know a bit more about that one specifically, I guess. So we got Noises in the Ear. Doof Trooper has subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Doof Trooper. GoDadger98 has resubscribed for 3 months in a row. Zoofy is gay, has subscribed as well. Thank you for subscribing. And ESDRA is here with a donation. I probably butchered that name, saying if something fails 100 times without success, it doesn't mean it can't be done. That's another great perspective to throw in the mix here. Just because you perceive something has failed this time doesn't mean it can't work. You know, maybe if it gets tweaked or changed a little bit, or just the same thing can actually work sometimes. Yeah, that's another cool way of thinking about it. I appreciate that contribution to the conversation, Mr. Istra. Hopefully I haven't butchered your name. Thank you for the donation. We don't truly live in a capitalist society because the system of checks which exist to prevent monopolies, things like minimum wage, tax control, other legislation in a true capitalist society would likely be overthrown. By the labour force, says Sinsta. That's an interesting perspective, yeah. Like a form of pure capitalism would, like, there would be no regulations at all, yeah. But that's very much the push-pull of our current state of society, is that although we're not supposed to have monopolies, and there are legislation and rules trying to prevent monopolies, they do happen. Like, monopolies exist. Like, YouTube is a monopoly. Maybe not so much of a significant one because, you know, it exists in the entertainment area. But there are monopolies. There are news monopolies, like Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox News and Sky Sports. Like, those things still happen. It's just not all the way one way. I think the further it goes in that direction, the more likely people are to revolt. That's probably a good thing to say. There are many communist countries, and even more if we take into account the whole universe of multiple countries, not just one. For example, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, or Moldova. I didn't think Ukraine was communist. I don't really know a lot about Ukraine, but they wanted to join the European Union, which is like a massively pro-capitalist organisation, so maybe that's why they never got in to some extent. I don't know. Capitalism has nothing to do with regulation. Capitalism only refers to private ownership as the means of production. Communism refers to public ownership as the means of production. Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I mean, at least by the stuff that I've read on it. Like, yeah, technically regulation isn't a part of it, right? But regulation is part of its existence because we try to regulate it. I don't know. We're getting into all sorts of nitpicking now. T-Mug says, what kind of farm is this, X? I just got here from school. Skeleton farm. It's also a fozzie farm. Alright, we're going to farm some fozzie up here. Surprise Tolpa says, capitalism is kind of sad because usually you have to do for a living something somebody else needs, not what you need. Well, if you're doing something that somebody else needs, is that not a good thing? If you're providing something for them? X, what is your opinion on global warming? I would say the world is actually ruined, so what would be the point in trying to fix it? I mean, if we would want to change something, we will have to convince Trump to do something as president of the USA, but I guess that won't happen soon. I think the bigger change comes from us as individuals. We should stop looking at a bigger system and change our own behaviour. I don't know if it's that far gone or not, but I'm really of the opinion, like if a load of other people are doing something really bad, don't join in. Like, I don't know, how would you describe it? Like, it's like oh man, I wish I could. I know exactly what I'm thinking about here, but I wish I could draw on like a solid example. But like, doing the right thing when you're going to lose is sometimes the only thing that you can do, and that's the way I look at like global warming. It's like, I shouldn't just sit here and go, oh, sod it, you know. Like, I should like go down with a fight, you know, at least try and make some difference here. Like, it's not hard to try and make a difference with the habits. You know, drive less, get on your bike more, stop consuming stuff with disposable packaging as much. There's loads of little things you could do to try and make a difference. So yeah, it's like I just said, I can't really think of a better example right now. Just what I said a moment ago. Read the sign, someone said. Oh yeah, I've just dug around it. Yep, another one. It's a zombie spawner. I don't think you can activate them both at the same time, but that's cool. So we're probably in a good area now, probably down by the escape area. So we'll start fitting this out. I still need to find another water source. That's what I need to do. Anything else that humanity came up with at the moment is worse than capitalism, says Surprise Joe, but I don't know about that. I mean, it's a bit of a broad statement that doesn't really have like any, I don't know, it doesn't really mean much to me to say something like that. Like a lot of like statements and things that we try and say as people try to summarize too many ends at once. How does Gar feel about being able to escape the end now, says Kieran Games. He died! So he's lost his one death. Or 0 deaths even. Peeps are saying there's water in the caves. Yeah, we went and looked for them a minute ago and then I got distracted. I think I got distracted by diamonds perhaps. Yeah, look, there's a little bit of water over in this way. So let's go throw some down just somewhere around here. Suma, do you like corn? I like corn. Spelt with a K. The band. There we go. There we go. Let's get over there safe and sound, you know. But isn't global warming inevitable? I mean, of course, we are speeding up the process, but it will still happen even if we stop polluting completely, says Wild Marion. I don't know. Depends what you mean by, like, the end result of that event. When it comes to global warming, it's really hard to know. I've got a pretty pessimistic view on it, but one thing that people say is, like, Earth is doomed. It's like, Earth kind of isn't doomed. We are. Like, our existence here is what we're going to jeopardize. The Earth itself is far more resilient. You know, it'll have its changes in its climate and its environment, but it won't really affect the Earth as a whole. I think it's more like whatever's living on it will be affected. Alright, that'll do. I just noticed it's really kind of like dark, so that'll help. Right, here we go, Pete. Oh, zombie invasion! What's going on now? Get out of here, you scamps. Oh, trying to wreck up my farm, are you? I haven't even finished building it yet. Jeez, you lot of meanies. Get wrecked, you bunch of suckers. Jummit says, thank God that Elon is having kind of the same view as you. Oh, well, here we go. There's a can of worms. I don't think Elon Musk has the same view as me. I'm actually not so much not a fan of Elon Musk, but I get kind of disappointed in the cult of personality around him, and how he's sort of seen as a savior or whatever, when like he's a technologist. He's pushing us producing, building, creating, you know, and using more of our resources. And I'm of the opinion that like we're past the turnaround point and it's time to stop using as much technology. I mean, for a guy who, you know, uses a computer every day, it's not, you know, a realistic answer, but I think pursuing more technology is bad. Like, look at what we do with technology. We kill each other, we damage the environment. Sure, it sounds great, but it's just going to be more digging materials out of the ground, more pollution, and I don't know, I got this feeling that like it's not the way to solve things. Don't think trying to just create more and more technology faster and faster, more production, is going to help our situation. You know, like digging these super highways for cars, that's utterly ridiculous for me. It's like, no, we need to get less cars on the road. We need to be more efficient and clever with how we use the cars that we have, not building more of them and creating super highways. That kind of stuff just sounds mad to me. Why can't technology fix what technology has wrought, says Eminiva B. Well, because we're humans. Look at what we do with technology. That's my point. Like, look at what we do with technology. So, okay, so we want to make electronic cars. Sounds great, right? But electronic cars ain't good for the environment. It's more pollution. It is more taking stuff out of the ground, processing, and all of that stuff has, you know, a cost. It's just more pollution. Flappadoo says, but Must Vision is sustainable energy in electric cars and such. It's not, like, it sounds great. Like, recycling sounds great. Sustainable sounds great. But, like, nothing is free. Everything is, like, there's a term for it. That, like, you can't just get energy for free. Everything you take out has something in return. So you've got to think about what is, like, that thing that's in return. Also, this won't work. I've got to dig a little bit of a channel going from side to side here as well. So, in the case of Blue Mist says, but automated cars equals less cars in the end. Possibly could equal that. At the same time, it might not. I mean, look at how many cars are just sitting around all the time as it is now. I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of inefficiency could happen again. Let's turn it over to chat for a second. Let's see what other people are saying, then maybe I can explain it a little better. If you disagree with me, feel free to let me know why. Maybe I can explain my point of view a little better, you know? I mean, it probably sounds nuts, right? There's this guy who's trying to save the planet by, you know, making cool technology and stuff, but I'm really of the opinion that what we do with technology is the problem. Asterition says, technology can allow for more efficient usage of resources, though we might not always do the best of it, but we are getting better at it. Every year, building green standards are a great example of progress. Humans are getting more environmentally friendly, and tech can help us with that. Okay, so, really coherent sentence. Unfortunately, I would disagree with you on this. If you go and look into the numbers, what you'll realise is that we are expanding as a human race and a population. We are individually, constantly expanding how much of an impact we have on the planet through our carbon footprint, through how we use technology, through the wealth we have in our lives, cars, etc. Like the amount of cars that a family has gone up has been from, you know, maybe just making up random numbers here, they're generally sort of right. Like, let's say 50 years ago, every family had a car. Now, it's like the average family might have 2 to 3 cars, something like that. Is the kind of thinking that I'm going with. So it sounds sort of good, but you've got to realise that factored into the bigger picture of how many of us there are, how many of us are using this stuff, the emissions we create keep going up and up really fast. So if you take something like the Paris Agreement, that sounds really great, all these countries coming together to lower emissions, if you crunch the numbers, it don't look that great, because we're supposedly reducing emissions with this agreement that we have. What we're actually doing is we're reducing emissions against a number that is growing faster than we're reducing it. So let's say the agreement means every country reduces their emissions by 1% every year. Sounds great. Problem is, every country's emissions are growing by 3% a year. This is the kind of madness that gets lost so often. With a lot of, I don't know, wherever you get your information from. Like, I feel like I've been fortunate enough to watch enough stuff and eventually find my way to those sorts of things, because that makes a lot more sense to me. The way I look at the world, I constantly see waste and pollution everywhere. Just on your street, look outside. You can probably look out of your window and see litter, right? If we can all look out of our windows and see litter, that to me is alarming, okay? Because it means it's not just happening here, it's happening everywhere. If you can look outside your window and see loads of parked cars, that means that we got loads of parked cars everywhere, and that's inefficient, man, producing all these cars that don't get used. Like, I got a car, that's super inefficient because I use it once a week. That's ridiculous. I should not have that thing, you know? Like, that's what I'm saying is the problem, what we do with technology. Right, and I just went off on one again, didn't I? He just went off on one. Jeez, people. He won't shut up about the pollution. Right. I'm putting some things away so that we can do some more building. We're getting pretty close to this thing being done. So we've got 2 channels. Now we just need, like, the crashing area. Asterition says, yeah, absolutely. You're totally right about the derailed element of nature, but you were talking about... I wish I could have read the mess of that, because it just scrolled off my screen. And just to confirm, I can't scroll up. Sorry, buddy, I didn't get your message. I wanted to post it again, if you don't mind writing it again. Flappadoo says, you're talking down on good things that people are trying without offering solutions. You're right and you're wrong. I am actually talking down on people trying to do good things. That's true. That's true. But it's not that I don't offer up solutions. I've said quite a few times, I've talked about the things that I try and do. Simple little things, like I go shopping and I try and stick to the products that don't have a lot of plastic packaging. Like, if I buy fruit and veg, I buy it loose. I don't put it in a bag. That to me is like wasting plastic and contributing to the problem. Chat is blowing up with I love derp is even talking about something that isn't derping, but that's a massive message and it's scrolling off the screen very fast. Man, just everyone's going crazy. Betty Bag Hattie says the meat industry has an even bigger impact on the environment than all transport combined. Yes, I'm aware of that. That's one of the reasons I've stopped eating meat, is because of how damaging it currently is to our environment to have it done on such a large scale. Sounds mad, right? What do you mean eating meat damages the environment? The logistics of farming animals for massive amounts of people has a massive impact. I'm with your ex. We need to do things ourselves. It shouldn't be on the government. We can do it more efficiently, says Blasex thinks. Yeah. I think both, though. Both working together would be fantastic, but I really do think we need to not wait for someone else to fix it and just make our own decisions in life, try and make our own steps towards doing something better. And it ain't about getting everything right, and it ain't about having a go at someone who doesn't do anything. You know, it's just about, if you've got it in yourself to go to the shop and go, I'm going to pick up that thing because it doesn't have loads of plastic around it. That's a tiny little difference made. Like, and let's try and make lots of those tiny little differences. If you ain't got the energy for it, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyway, you know? Like, that's the way I look at it. Right, anyway. There you go. Ancient Pug Joe says 1 burger uses 66 gallons of water. So if you think it through, you're like, hang on, yeah, of course, this burger that I eat, it's come from another life source. So then what are the logistics of that life source? How much food does that thing have to eat for me to eat it? And how much water does it consume? And then all of a sudden it like comes into perspective a bit. Then how come you still use your car, X, says eBank? It's what living in this society does to you, man. There's all these things you're supposed to do, and you need a car to get around. It sucks, I know. But hey, I don't use it like 3 or 4 times a week. I literally use it about once a week, so that's a bit better, I guess. But it's not ideal. Public transport where I live is appalling. Like, buses never turn up on time. Been late to work many a time trying to use public transport. So what are we going to do here? Like, we could just drop them into a little 3x3 area. I think I might want to make it a 1x1, but then again we got entity cramming, so maybe a 3x3 area is actually the best. Does that thing move them? Oh, I thought, what if, I thought that would, so they're just going to get pushed, right? They're just going to get eventually pushed. No, no, that's actually bad. We need it to come forward by 1, put the signs 1 block further forward, and we're good, I think. So let's take that back. Let's put these things here. Omniboy says, X, you're derping. Why drop the mobs so far down into the water when they aren't taking full damage? That's not derping. I'm dropping them out of the escape zone so that they can spawn faster. That's why we drop them down this low. Anyway, so down here is going to be our little area for interacting with them. We've got to reset up that portal, by the way, down here. So let's do it like that. Oh, silverfish? Wait, and can I silk touch that? Oh, that might have been one of those little changes they made during a snapshot. You can just silk touch it. That's got to be silverfish then, but it just turns into stone. So how we deal with the fact this trick won't work with signs soon, says Zenstar. It will work with signs. That trick will still work in 1.13. Assuming, never feel bad about trying. If you fail, it doesn't matter. Just wake up the next day and try again. Hate that people live under pressure when it comes to living life. That's a nice sentiment, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, I'm with you. Lucix says, I think some people might just wait too long with trying to do something about the problem. We're already starting to notice that there is a problem because otherwise we wouldn't be talking about it right now. People just expect others to do something about it right now. That's going to go off the screen, so I'm not going to read the rest of it. Cool, lots of long messages coming in today. It's making it hard. You can silk touch silverfish for a few versions now, says Mazatime. Yeah, I still kind of remember not being able to do that. That's how long I've played this game. Asuma, do you know what Warhammer is? I'd love for you to do a video and painting video. I had Warhammer when I was a kid, and I wasn't very good at painting, and I didn't really do that very much. But I had a set of Warhammers, and I painted them. They looked god awful. And I looked in the magazine, and I said, I want them to look like that. So that, if we just put some blocks there, I mean, that's the skeletons coming down into this farm, right? All of this seems good to me. I think we can afford to do that. Yeah, that should be okay. And yeah, they're going to fall down and they're going to land on that. They're going to land where I'm standing. And we're not going to decorate this apparently because the overworld's going to reset. Forgot about that. Actually, no, we probably should at least put stone bricks there just so we can see the structure. We don't have to remember where stuff is. This is a good time to use stone bricks because you don't want to kind of forget things here. Oh, that being said, won't we want hoppers? I think we'd want hoppers. Flappadoo says, what do you think of the idea the solution could be abandoning the planet altogether? I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd like to stay on planet Earth. Don't know about you. Don't think there's many other nicer environments than Earth out there. It's just my opinion. Okay, so if that's the middle, this is the middle. Can I start like digging up here? I hope I can. Oh, apparently I can't. Let's make a staircase here then. Hey, we're not that far away after all. So I need some torches. I got one. I'm going to need some hoppers and stuff like that as well. Let's get some more stone in here. This will have my redstone supplies in. Also, let's make some chests. Ha! Who took my stack of wood? Was that you, Fozzie? Are you pinching wood? Jeez. Nah, you can take it. It's all right. Let's go. Let's go like that. Flappadoo says, not us, but future generations. I mean, it would be kind of sad if, like, we got to a stage where we lived on other planets, but we had ruined our own. That'd be kind of sad. Like, it'd be nice if we ever got to that stage. It'd be nice to get there and be like, oh yeah, Earth's doing good. We sorted out all those problems. It's a nice place now. Again, well, it's still a lovely place, but a bit polluted. It's a little bit polluted. Sounds so strange. Right, so our hoppers are going to be there. I think I want to put them at that height. And then have them point into a chest. So I'm going to want to hit these things as well. I think what we will do, because I can't be bothered to think very much, is do that. Fozzie! There's only room... Oh, you're giving me some more, thanks. I didn't need them, but alright. That's my lapis now. Take that, Fozzie. I've pinched your lapis. X, would you be a Mars colonist if given the option? No. No, like, I really love the idea of space exploration and all that kind of stuff, but I also realise, like, when I watch stuff like Star Trek, especially the newest Star Trek, right? They got these ships with all these like rigid lines and like neon lights and all this sort of stuff, and I'm like, if we had the technology to fly around in space, I think we would get sick of being in like these like pristine, clean, sort of sterile environments with neon lights and dark rooms. I think like if we had like a holodeck, wouldn't we like make our deck just like nature? Because that's what we've evolved from. Like, that's the most peaceful environment for me. It's like whenever I'm feeling stressed out and all of that stuff, something that always calms me down is just like looking at nature, looking at trees and fields and birds flying around. Like, that stuff's wonderful. If I'm on the holodeck on Star Trek, like, I don't want to sit in no pristine, clean environment with neon lights. I want to be sitting in a jungle. Like, make the holodeck, make it a jungle. Do you know what I mean? You know, have some monkeys swinging around in the trees. That'd be awesome. That's the kind of spaceship I want. I want that sort of spaceship. And if you agree with me, you can vote. You can vote for the next spaceship. There's no spaceship vote. We don't even have a spaceship yet. Why am I so bad at remembering what I was doing a second ago? Because it was only a second ago that I was doing it. I think I was going to make some trapdoors. Don't have any here. Going to make some. That is what we are doing right now. And why is technology so important? We created a mess and are responsible to create a solution. As you stated, nature is growing to kill humanity and other species. The question is, really, do we want to let future generations die because of what we did in the past? Do we try and help the Earth meet an equilibrium, says Asderishan. Yeah, I believe we should find an equilibrium with the Earth. I believe that equilibrium involves us changing the way we behave on this planet. Not driving further down the technology road, because, like I said before, look at what we do with technology. You know, look at the wars that we've had. Find ways to kill each other with it, find ways to pollute with it. I just, you know, I know that we try and do good things with it as well. I just got this feeling, and I said earlier about not going with like feelings all the time, but hey, I've got a strong feeling when it comes to this one. I don't know, I don't like it. I think we're going to do bad things with those electric cars. We're going to do very bad things with them. Here's a statistic for you though, just to put it in perspective what I'm talking about. Like, within like when you get, like let's say you've got a car and someone comes and gives you an electric car, right? You have now polluted more than if you were to just continue using your petrol car for the rest of its lifespan. Or the rest of your lifespan. I can't remember the actual statistic. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, the way we're structured and organised, we will use electronic cars in a bad way. That's the way I see it. Anyway, some of you are probably sick of my opinions. I appreciate y'all participating in this conversation. It's been a cool one. And I do like hearing other people's opinions. I was talking with Mace and a couple of the admins the other day, and they got different opinions to me, and I like hearing their opinions as well. Stallion says, Assumer, it sounds to me like you have a very, very dark view of the world. I know being naive isn't good either, but there is hope in the world, and there is hope in every discovery and technological advancement. I do, actually. I'll admit that. When I do have quite a misanthropic be the right word? I think it's a little bit strong. But definitely some sort of dark view when it comes to this stuff. Now, I think for the end of the stream, we should absolutely get this thing up and running, which should be super. Why is there one torch there? Get out of this place! Can I escape? Can I escape? I can't. Can't escape. Okay, let's grab the block. So we're gonna stand. Oh, do we activate it? I hope that we activate it from down here. Shouldn't be too far away. I hope. If it is, then I've done a derp. But you may not find that out today. Okay, so we've got to get in there. Foz, watch out. This is one for the professionals. Someone with armour, you know. Okay, so if I stand there, can I mine all of the blocks? Yep, yep, yep. Jump. Yep. Yep. I don't have to make that sound, but I did. Okay, dark room, done. If we go down here, and I stand down here, we should have some skellies joining us. By the way, we had noises in my ear that I neglected because I'm terrible. Starry Eyes 313, resubscribing for 8 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscribe. Mighty Grass Kid, resubscribing 6 months in a row, saying hey, hey, hey. Thank you for the resubscribe, buddy. Wedgie DeWard subscribed as well. Thank you for the subscription. And Angry Canine resubscribing for 35 months in a row, saying almost there, 1 month away from 3 years. Goodness me, it is. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Thank you for the continued support. And what I'll say right now is, sweet! We made ourselves a skeleton spawner. I don't mind if I do. I'll kill me some skellies right now, I will. And I'll get me some of these things. Oh, yes, I will. I'm going to put a torch down here. Make it feel a little bit nicer in this area. Right, peeps, if you haven't figured it out, that is the end of this live stream. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then good. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. All the people come in to watch the stream today, I thank you for coming by and checking it out. This stream will be uploaded to my second channel, and right now what we're going to do is we are going to find a channel to raid. Someone who is doing stuff somewhere on the interwebs. That person is going to be Full Symmetry, who is doing some Hermitcraft stuff. If you want some more survival Minecraft, I'll send you over to False. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.